What's good with you? What's good with my people? This is AU, your smoking partner. You are now blazing with the antidote. I'm here in New Orleans right now on a Retropolitan Tour with an MC, true MC, Brooklyn's finest, Skyzoo. What's
You
good
already?
with you,
What's
baby?
up, man? How you doing, baby?
Man, I enjoyed the show, brother. You had us rocking, man.
Thank
How's
you, man.
doing,
Thank
brother?
you, thank
How's
you, man.
doing?
I appreciate it. Everything is good. This is the second leg of the Retropolitan Tour.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the first night is here in New Orleans. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean?
Yes,
So,
sir.
you know, we rocking and rolling, man. And I'm excited to be here. We just rocked out. Show was great.
Yes, sir.
Everything was live.
Yes, sir.
Wall to wall. It was love.
Oh man,
I
we was,
appreciate
bro.
it.
The hands was up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Pumping. You
Yeah,
had people
yeah.
going word for word,
Nah,
man.
the NO do it, man.
Open
You know
and
how the NO
ask.
do it.
I heard it's your 10-year celebration for the first album.
For my debut for the Salvation.
Yeah, man,
Yep,
Salvation
10-year
album,
anniversary.
brother.
Yeah.
How that's
yeah.
going for you?
It's good, you know, with the Salvation, you know, that was my debut, that was my first joint,
Right.
my baby.
Your baby.
Yeah, you know what I
First
mean?
born.
So looking at it like 10 years later, it's like,
Right.
damn, time flies. At the same time, promoting and touring and running around with Retropolitan,
Right.
it just shows like everything I was doing back then and what I'm doing now.
The growth.
It speaks volumes like where I wanted to go in my career, you know what I mean? And mission accomplished. So it's all been love.
Right. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Check out your resume. I see you work with Jill Scott, John Legend, Wale. The list goes on. Can
Yeah.
you elaborate on that, brother?
Yeah, you know, I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of different people in my career.
Right.
You know, from Grammy Award winners to, you know, people who artists and fans look at as icons and just
Right.
different people that have contributed to the culture, man. And, you know, I'm honored and privileged to be able to work with them
Right.
and more importantly, be able to call those people my friends. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man. I mean, your portfolio is dumb, bro. I ain't
Thank
gonna
you,
lie.
thank you, thank
Then
you,
the
man.
mixtapes too.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you came up with the name, The Corner Street Classic?
Corner Store Classic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, you know, my music has always been about the inner city, right? I'm
Right.
from New York, I'm from Brooklyn, but you don't have to be from Brooklyn to relate to my music.
Yes, sir.
My music has always been about the inner city, people who look like you and I,
Right.
people who deal with the things that we've dealt with
Yes,
or
sir.
conditions and places that we come from. And in New York, you know, it's corner stores, it's bodegas. And
Everywhere.
I learned over time, I think that tape dropped in 2007.
Right.
Touring and moving around in my travels, there's corner stores and bodegas everywhere. They just dress different.
Right.
It may be a bodega for me, it may be a gas station for you, but it's still somewhere where people are outside trying to turn one into three and make it make sense. So that's where that came from. You know, my music has always been about that establishment outside.
people.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
People,
absolutely.
I feel that. Now, a question I want to ask you: ghostwriting.
Yeah.
Could you say the pros and the cons to it with the ghostwriting?
Ain't too,
People like us.
yeah, ain't too many cons, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of pros.
A lot of pros, bro.
You know, from the checks to the residuals, the upfront, the connections. What I like is being able to dance on both sides. You know, you
feel
look
that.
at me as an artist, you think Skyzoo, hip hop,
Yeah.
maybe underground, whatever. You think about real, true hip hop, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Cool. I could go on the other side and dance with the people who are on the radio all day. The
Right.
people who make certain types of music that you may never think would infiltrate in this world. I'm able to dance and be on that side. So I could be in a spot
Diversity.
rocking like tonight. Then tomorrow I could be at somebody's house that was 30 million and the studio is $1.5 million and I'm in
Right.
there rocking out, helping them pen their album and put it together. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful
that.
thing. Being able to dance on both sides of the fence while being me without losing who I
Yeah,
am.
it's dope. It's dope.
It's dope, man. It's dope.
That's dope. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you boasted big. 12 days to make the album.
Oh, for Retropolitan, yeah. Myself and Pete Rock.
Oh, that's work.
Shout to the icon Pete Rock. You know,
Legend, man, the
we
GOAT.
did it. We did it in 12 days.
That's dope, bro. That's
Thank you,
work
thank you.
ethic. Work ethic.
Yeah.
So, what advice can you give to some of the upcoming artists that want to be ghostwriters or that's working at it right now?
As far as ghostwriters or
Yes,
being
sir.
MCs or
Ghostwriting, because I
You
ain't
know-
gonna lie, I'm interested in that too, bro.
yeah, well for ghostwriting, you know, it's hard to get into because that table is so small. It's not that many
Right.
seats at that table, so it's difficult to get into ghostwriting because if somebody's writing, they're not necessarily trying to be like, "Yo, come on with me, let's go write,"
Right.
Because you might take food off their plate. You know what I mean? So
feel that.
like, it's tough to get into ghostwriting. You know, I thought it was gonna come from other writers as
Yep.
far as my plug. I knew some ghostwriters, and I was like, "Yo, man." let me know when you in the studio with so-and-so. And they be like, yeah, I got you.
Right.
And the phone never ring. And I had to think about it like, of course the phone not going to ring. Because I'm going to take food off their plate.
You're a threat.
You know what I mean? So I got it through producers. I got it through my man Ill Mind. You know, Ill Mind was the person who, he was working with some people. And he was like, yo, they need writers. Next time I go, you should come with me.
Right.
And I booked the flight. I went with him. We split a hotel room. We rocked out. And that was the beginning of my ghostwriting career. There was no threat. He's a producer.
Right.
There was no threat. You know what I mean? So,
teamwork.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, the ghostwriting world is a little tougher to get into, but once you in it, you in it. You know, as far as being an artist, you know, I think nowadays you can control your own destiny better than any time before. In the
it's
history
a lot
of
more
music.
leeway than what it was.
You could
back
do what
then.
you want to do, man. You could put your music together. You could put it out the way you want it.
Yep.
And there's endless outlets as far as putting music. You look at somebody like Marcel, you know what I mean, like Marcel Black, and what he's
Shout out to
doing.
Marcel.
Yeah, and what he's doing with his music, you know, putting it out independently, burning the street, burning the internet, doing all that.
That's right.
Nobody's telling him what to do. You know what I mean? And I watched
to
that.
his own beat.
Exactly, and he's able to control his own destiny, and you know that's where I come from. That's what I did, you know, and that's what a lot of artists are doing nowadays. Nowadays, there's more lane to do all that. So you know, it's still tough out here, but it's easier to control your destiny and do it the way you want.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, I do have another question for you.
Yeah.
What is one song that you did ghostwrite by somebody that you wanted to keep for yourself?
Interview's over. Interview's over. I can't do all that. I can't do all that. The phone has stopped ringing no more. You know what I mean? But what I will say is, when I pen, the goal is to make sure no one can tell that someone else wrote it. Okay. So if I pen for you, I'm just making an example. If I pen for you, I don't want people to hear me in it.
Okay.
I want people to be like, yo, son wrote that. Oh my God, he killed it. That's the goal. If I could listen to somebody and tell so-and-so wrote it, I don't think they did their job right. And there's a lot of records out there I could listen to and be like, so-and-so wrote that, so-and-so wrote, and that's not because I'm in the game.
Right.
It's just as a listener, I can say, oh, I know Duke wrote that. I know Duke wrote this. I know so-and-so wrote that. Just from hearing it. You can't say that about me. You know, I've been in traffic pulling up at the light and heard my records playing in the car next to me. And people is going word for word, but they not my records. Like they records I wrote for people. You know what I mean? Like it's happened many a time where I'll be sitting at the light, I'll look over, and they be spitting a record on the radio that I wrote. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. They would have no idea. You know what I mean?
That's me.
Right. You know what I
That's
mean?
me.
My son know because the money go to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that,
shout out to the son.
Right. They would have no idea, and I love that. You know what I mean?
Right,
I love that.
Right. That's work. Well, I have one more question for you. Are you a smoker?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a drinker.
You're a drinker. Hennessy must be a drink,
Hennessy
right?
all
I heard
day.
it.
I'm from Brooklyn. Hennessy all day.
Okay, so what's the pure white Hennessy, brown Hennessy?
All of it.
All of it. Don't matter.
The pure white from the islands, the VSOP, all of it, man. The privilege, everything.
So y'all heard that, man. For his true fans, you come to his show. Have the Hennessy.
Bring a bottle.
Phone,
Bring
man.
a bottle. I'll take it home.
2 bottles.
I bring it on the plane. All that.
He'll autograph it for you and all that.
Absolutely. Autograph it for me because I'm keeping it.
You'll keep it. Well, man, it's been a pleasure, bro. Have you out here in New Orleans, man. Retropolitan Tour, bro. True MC, Brooklyn's finest, man.
Let's go to Cafe Du Monde. Let's go to Gus and get the award-winning chicken. Let's do all that. New Orleans, what's up, baby? I know what it is out here, baby. I'm from Brooklyn, but I know what it is out here, baby.
Did you get the gator? Did you get some gator yet?
I'm not eating gator.
I'm not eating gator.
I'm not eating gator.
Come on, brother.
I got to draw the line right there.
You draw the line with the gator?
I can't eat the gator, but we can eat the Gus fried chicken. We get the Cafe Du Monde and all that.
I hear that, bro.
Twitter at Skyzoo, Instagram at Skyzoo the writer. You know, I'm here, man, and I'm glad to be rocking out with y'all.
Oh, yeah, man. Pleasure, brother.
Peace and love.
AU, Skyzoo, ThaAntidote, man. We out. Bloodlet.